something. Everybody's gonna believe in something. Break it down.
GSL 10주년이라 드디어 올 것이 왔군. 좋아, 이제 한번 제대로 시작해볼까? 2020 GSL 시즌 1 코드 S 쇼다운. 자, 한판 붙어보자고.
We are back! Finally, GSL Code S returns. It's good to finally be doing Code S again. Artosis, how are you feeling?
Wow, Yuri's voice has really changed. Yeah, no, this is fantastic. I mean, Super Tournament is fun, Super Tournament's great, but Code S, this is where the real storylines are developed.
This is our mainstay.
Yes. And I am just pumped. We have a very exciting lineup of players. We actually have a format change for Code S for the first time since really a long time ago, like maybe 2013-ish or something.
That's right.
Sure.
We're trying to have this now mirror the ASL tournament, our sister tournament, which is our Starcraft Remastered tournament. Real quickly here, guys, this is our schedule as we move to this phase of the GSL. Now, one thing to note is on the 29th on Wednesday, we start an hour and a half earlier than normal. That's because the group nominations will be after our games are done. So that's 5 p.m. KST.
Yeah, and you can see here we have 6 groups, and that has to do with the new format. Like 8 groups, like no one can even count that high. You know, it's like too many groups. Like, Tasis, what's the 8th letter of the alphabet?
H.
G. I don't know.
LMNOP?
I don't know. I don't know. You don't know.
knows.
Maybe you're right. Maybe you weren't. The people at home don't know. They're typing it into Google right now. Some of them are singing the alphabet. They don't know. But we have gotten rid of 2 of those groups because who needs numbers or letters that high? Round of 24, we will have it be the same best of 3 GSL format and 12 players advancing. And then we have the 4 seeds from Super Tournament or whatever the previous GSL tournament was.
Right.
Seeded into the round of 16. That's very ASL-esque, and I think it's a much better reward for getting so deep in a tournament to just be the leader of a group in the next round.
So we've improved our system here as we go into our 10th year of GSL. It's so incredible, by the way, that we've gone on for this long and we're going to keep going. That really shows you what an incredible esports StarCraft is.
Were you allowed to announce that, Tasis, that we're going to keep going?
This is our last show, actually, guys. We're going to start this one, and then we're going to close it all down. Mr. Che is going to come out and share a few words with you guys, and we have our translator Andy back. Andy, take it away.
All right, we are here with Mr. Che. Can you give us your opening speech, Mr. Che? Well, it's the 10th year of GSL this year, and I'm really grateful to the staff for being with us for 10 years. And we will cherish the past 10 years of GSL, and we will hopefully have many years in the future. And to celebrate the 10th year of GSL, we have prepared many content regarding StarCraft, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And last of all,
이 GSL을 10년 동안 계속 유지할 수 있게 해준 우리 또 스폰서분들.
Thanks to all the sponsors for making sure that we can host GSL the way we do right now. And thanks to Kevin as well, our CEO.
네.
Thank you.
감사합니다. 그럼 마지막으로 힘차게
And last of all,
목소리로
Mr. Che,
알려볼까요?
would you like to commence the show?
2020 GSL
2020 GSL Season 1. Let's start.
네, 안녕하세요 여러분. GSL 캐스터 박상인입니다. 2011년을 시작으로 해서 지금 벌써 이 10년이라는 시간이 지났거든요. 이 10년이라는 기간 동안에 되돌이켜보면은 항상 즐거움과 행복이 있었습니다. 제가 30대에서 이제는 40대, 이제 앞으로도 50대까지 힘 닿는 데까지 이 즐거움을 계속해서 이어가고 싶고요. 그리고 여러분들도 이 선수들에게 큰 힘이 돼주시길 부탁드리겠습니다. GSL 화이팅! GSL 중계진 박상현도 끝까지 최선을 다하겠습니다. 여러분 고맙습니다.
아직도 가끔 다시 해설하면 어떨까 이런 생각을 할 정도로 GSL 애정을 가지고 계속해서 보고 있습니다. 여러분들께서도 자부심 가지고 GSL 스타크래프트 2 계속해서 즐겨주시길 바라겠습니다. 정말 감사합니다. 앞으로도 쭉 가시죠.
지금은 이제 10년이지만 제가 기다리고 있는 건 100주년입니다. 90년 뒤에 다시 이 인터뷰를 하는 날을 기다리면서 일단은 10주년 축하드립니다.
네, 여러분 안녕하세요. 제가 20살 때 시작했던 GSL이 어느새 10주년을 맞이하면서 저도 30이 되었습니다. 빨리 복귀하고 싶은데 그 복귀하는 그날까지 GSL 영원했으면 좋겠네요. GSL 파이팅!
Wow, it's been 10 long years of casting GSL, but it really doesn't feel long. Where did the time go? It just flew by because this is the most fun I could ever have doing a job. A big thanks to everyone for watching and to the entire GSL staff for making this a reality.
When I first came to Korea, it was my dream to cast Starcraft for as long as I could. And now we've been casting GSL for 10 years. Let's do 10 more.
여러분들의 사랑과 응원으로 여기까지 왔는데 2030년에 20주년 가야죠. 여러분 계속 사랑해 주시고 곧 무대에서 경기장에서 우리 같이 만나기를 약속하겠습니다. 여러분 GSL 화이팅!
벌써 이렇게 GSL이 10주년이나 됐다는 게 정말 안 믿기고요.
10주년이나 돼가지고 되게 의미 있고 되게 축하드리고 10년 동안 이렇게 무탈하게
벌써 이렇게 10년이라는 시간이 지나갔네요.
제가 또 GSL 오프 시즌 1부터 했던 유저로서
저도 GSL 원년 멤버인 만큼 정말 감흥이 남다르고
믿기지 않는데 제 나이가 30이라는 걸 보면 또 이게 실감이 되는 것 같아요.
처음부터 지켜봤던 시청자 입장으로서
The big thing that actually brought me into Starcraft 2 was watching GSL with my brother in 2011. So this tournament is one of the main reasons I actually am a pro gamer today. So
학생 신분이었는데 이제 제가 성인이 돼서 이제 군대 갈 나이도 다가온 게 너무 신기하고요.
거의 저희 어린 시절부터 지금까지 인생을 같이 보내왔었단 말이에요. 그래서 되게
GSL이 나이를 먹을수록 저도 똑같이 이 데뷔 연도 올라가는 거기 때문에 데뷔하는 횟수가
뭔가 애틋한 느낌이 있어요. GSL 생각하면 그래가지고
정말 저한테는 지금도 잊지 못하는 리그고
인생이 한 부분 거도 같고 좀 가슴 뜨겁게 즐겼던 것 같아요.
사실 저를 이렇게 띄워주는 사람은 여기 GSL밖에 없긴 해요.
GSL has been going for 10 years. That's a lot of time if you think about it, especially for esports.
너무 오늘 대단한 것 같고 그리고 너무 감사드리고 이렇게 GSL 20년 동안이나 유지될 수 있도록 해주신 분들
항상 감사하고 있어요. 대회도 좋고 그래서 스태프분들도 너무 잘해주시고
저에게도 좀 꿀대진을 줘서 저도 10주년인 만큼 우승할 수 있도록 노력해주세요. 저한테. 10년 동안 하는데 우승 사진 한번 못 걸려본 게 좀 너무 슬프지만 그래도 제가 그 우승자들한테 많은 기여를 했다고 생각합니다.
10주년 기념으로 저도 우승 한번 해서 G5에 먹겠습니다.
인생 동반자로서 이렇게 앞으로도 계속 11주년, 12주년,
15주년, 30년까지
앞으로 제가 정말 머리카락 하얘질 때까지 영원히 같이
오래오래 갔으면 좋겠습니다. GSL 10주년 정말 축하합니다.
행복했습니다.
아프리카 TV 브레이크업 스튜디오 라이브 2020 GSL 시즌 코드 S 쇼다운.
What's up, everybody? We're moments away from actually starting our games. Again, so happy to be back. So proud to have done GSL for 10 years. I mean, you know, with modern esports, there's always the new trendy game, the new cool game. But what makes StarCraft so beautiful is the stories we have, the history. in the game. And it gets better with every year as we have more and more to unpack with that. And I'm so proud to have GSL have gone on for this long.
10 years. It feels like I was a child when it started, and now after so many years, I'm a full-fledged man-child.
Man baby.
You know? So
it's
wow,
funny
it
too
changed
because
so much.
we were really struggling out here for work before this show started, and it was kind of a shot in the dark in some ways. You know, is it going to work out? Well, we get English viewership for Starcraft, and as you know, when we moved out here, everybody was telling us, whether it was inside Korea or outside Korea, that there would be no viewership for Starcraft, that this would be, in English, that this would be a purely Korean phenomenon that would eventually go away. And boy, were those people wrong. We have outlived.
On a long enough timeline, maybe they're going to be right, but I'll be dead by then, so that's fine.
But I mean, the length of time that we have been able to do this with such incredible support and such strong viewership is really something.
Yeah, it's
fills me with a lot of pride.
It's pretty cool. It's definitely my longest job.
Yeah,
there's no question on that one. 10 years, damn.
Crazy, right? And you know what? For me, it doesn't quite feel like it was 10 years.
Well,
I don't know how long it feels, but 10 years, when I say it out loud, it sounds like a really long time, and obviously it is, but, man.
The thing is, time is all just this mushy continuum for me, where there's only a few important dates in my life. When I moved out of my mom's house to Korea.
Yeah.
When Starcraft came out, that was an important one.
Yeah, Starcraft 2 coming out, or at least the beta dropping.
I have kids now, but pretty much for the last 20-plus years, I just kind of play Starcraft, and somehow I'm still here, still having a good life. So yeah, doing our fake jobs, keeping the con going.
But also, I feel that
pretty wonderful.
Starcraft as a game in general has continued to improve because there's so much inside of it that we can learn. I mean, if you go back to year one, I mean, it was exciting to have a new RTS out, but the games were nowhere near as good as they are now. We were in the era of Terrence, going 2 racks in their main, stimming, trying to run up a ramp and hoping the Protoss didn't force field the ramp correctly. We are in such a more advanced, beautiful iteration of the game, such a better meta.
So true, so true. But enough of that. Let's start talking about the tournament a little bit. Here are our players. Of course, we have our 4 seeds from the Super Tournament over there on the left, and then on the right we have our round of 24 players. Pretty good racial distribution overall. A lot of Terran players making it in. That's very cool. Most of the big names for the other races are here as well. I guess off the top of my head, Patience didn't make it in, which was kind of a little bit of a surprise. Bunny is back, though, and Bunny had a couple of rough seasons last year, if you recall, where he did not make it in. He'll be playing today. So, yeah, here are our groups for the next few weeks. Today, soO, True, Bunny, and SOS. The one that you see, Kiwayan, that is actually OGS Top from back in the day, a very old-school player, so that's really super cool.
Somehow our only not capitalized name in the group.
Well, that must be how he caps it, right?
Yeah.
These are all...
Because, I guess you're probably right, actually, because with Taedra, I forgot, that's right. The J capitalized. Special to C capitalized.
Yeah, that's garbage caps. The fact that he doesn't have the L capitalized just shocks me.
And special?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the L might look better. Actually, I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. Well, I think it grows on you over time, but I feel like it's time for him to get a name change anyways.
Parting with the G, definitely. That's a good cap.
Oh, you need the G.
You need the G capitalized for sure.
Yeah.
Ragnarok, you need the K capitalized. I can get behind that.
Yeah, that's
we have little GSL.
Oh, do we?
What are these called? Badges?
A patch.
Merit badges?
It's a patch, Tastes. It's
patch?
a patch. Yeah. Highest bidder, I'll rip this off my jacket and send to you.
You could
I'll rip out Tastes' jacket. Where'd it go?
I don't know. You got to make another one.
Yeah, so it's going to be a fun season. A different format, again, for the first time in a very long time.
That's right.
But I think it's fine to have this type of format. For the most part, everyone that's really good makes it in. We have 2 less groups overall. So I guess that's a little bit of a change, but kind of tightens up the tournament a little bit, and I think that people are going to enjoy it.
So, today, soO, True, Bunny, and SOS. Obviously a very exciting group, and we are moments away from hopping into this. I'm always delighted to cast SOS's games. He was a blast to watch in the Super Tournament.
Yeah, he's in good shape right now.
And I'm curious to see how he's going to do in this season of GSL. I'm pumped.
Who do you think faces? You're just going to say soO versus SOS like a lame, boring dude?
Yeah, I am actually.
Oh.
What are you going to say? Bunny versus True here, like an Artosis dude?
I think there's like some very small chance that True could get out of the group.
I think it's possible. But I think if any person who had to wage a bet on this would say that this is probably going to be soO SOS.
Yeah. This is soO's 19th Code S. I believe that's 14 consecutive ones. We have some ridiculous streaks coming up for some of these players at this point. It's just we've had such a stable set of pros up at the top, and he is definitely one of them. soO still not having a championship, still having 6 GSL Code S finals.
Yeah.
BlizzCon finals, DreamHack finals. I mean, always the finals, right? And then we have True, who, he's been in GSL off and on over the years. Through the help of his team Storm, went to WCS NA for a while. He's kind of been all over the place.
Yeah.
And there were definitely points where I thought he was a very strong up-and-coming Zerg. It felt like he fell off for a couple of years, 2-3 years. And he's actually become a little bit of a meme. Like, a lot of the players kind of tease and poke at him. And kind of a lot of fans kind of trash talk him because he has a more aggressive style.
Yeah, he's
sometimes
much more
he just when he loses, it looks bad. But I think he has a fun style. I think it's cool.
I think it's hard to ever look good if you're an aggressive player and then you lose because you just look silly. But that's kind of the way the game goes. It's like players that cheese when it works and they take out great opponents. It's really impressive. But when it fails, it's hard to not look foolish. So that's kind of the nature of the game. But look, that's his play style. Let's see if he sticks with it. Going into Game 1 on Everdream as soO vs True starts now.
전투 준비 완료. 퍼포먼스로 앞서가다. LG 울트라 기어와 넘버원 에너지 드링크 하식스가 이번 전투를 지원한다고.
This is the voice actor for Jim Raynor in Korea, who's doing our intros.
Is it?
아프리카 프릭스 수 어윤수. 사이스톰 게이밍 트루 방태수.
It's a good voice.
It is a good voice.
I like his voice a lot, actually. Sounds like more like a villain than a good guy, though.
A little bit. We got to meet the voice actor for Jim Raynor.
Yeah, that was cool. That was cool. I remember that, yeah.
That was, I think, the only time we ever were like, can we get a picture with you? You know? By the way, he sounds just like Jim Raynor, basically, when he talks.
The voice actor for him?
Well, you know, some voice actors radically change their voice.
Nuh-uh.
Did you know Seth MacFarlane does not sound like Peter from Family Guy?
Yeah, he does.
No, he doesn't.
What?
No. He sounds like the dog, but, but not Peter.
All right. Okay. They haven't played in Legacy of the Void. Overall, soO has a winning record. But obviously, since Legacy of the Void came out, that's when the skill differentiation occurred. That's, in fact, Legacy of the Void has been out for half of StarCraft 2's lifespan.
That's right.
So any stats from before that are, like, just for looks. In fact, any stats more than, like, a year old are just for looks.
Yeah, you got to be careful with statistics in StarCraft because the different patches of the game, you know, there were different players that were able to utilize certain strengths or punish weaknesses of their opponents. So I think we're going to have to look at, you know, these games right here, right now. Also, we haven't had much StarCraft 2, at least in our studio here in Korea, with the exception of the Super Tournament, which was a very, you know, it's a very rushed tournament. So let's see where these two where these two players are right here, right now. And we're going to have more regular GSL from here on out throughout the year.
Yeah.
So then we'll be able to have a much better idea of where everybody's standing. at least on competitions of this level in studios like our own.
Yeah, this is something I actually really like about this year compared to previous years, is there's not a rush to get everything done before BlizzCon, where everything would have to end by September at the latest. So everything's kind of spread out much better. Like, we're going to have very constant StarCraft 2 in Korea over the year.
That's right, yeah.
By the way, soO is the one making a bunch of lings. Not true.
Yeah, right now we have 6 drones coming here for True. And soO's going to pull the trigger here and dive in. Now, let's keep in mind, you were mentioning this before the match started, Artosis, but a lot of players tease True for being pretty aggro early on, and it seems like soO's going to try to reverse this by actually attacking him early on his own. And I don't think that True is ready for this right now. I mean, we have one Baneling making to the 6. It takes 2 Banelings to detonate on another Baneling to kill it.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, this is pretty much guaranteed. A lot of damage is going to come in here from soO, hitting True really hard. And this game could end pretty quickly if True's not able to stabilize.
Yeah, this is not looking super hot right now for True. He's got some Banelings out here. Let's see if he gets those good connections. He needs them, and they are not coming.
Yeah, and there's just so many Lings here now surrounding this one Queen. And again, the hatchery's so low, it looks like as True tries to defend, he's going to lose the rest of his Lings, and probably the hatchery as well if something can't come up here and save this in time.
This, he keeps on sending up Lings, trying so hard to save it right now. In fact, with Bane's coming up, maybe he will.
Whoa. Pretty insane control there by soO. More Lings are going to come in now. Now, this hatchery is barely alive. It's at something like 5% health. And I don't believe that soO's done yet. We have 22 more Lings on the way here. More Banes being made. The army of True actually went around, missing the Banelings that are morphing in a blind spot in the scouting path.
Yeah, it could be an issue there. We'll see about that. Now, True, I mean, so far, so good. As long as that hatchery doesn't die, he should be relatively happy with his position. He's equal on drones right now. Oh.
Okay, this is where soO is really just trying to pull the trigger here. I think that was a little bit of a miscalculation. I think he thought he could have popped that with the 2 Banes there. But that's just a few Ling hits away from actually being taken down.
Yeah, it went down to 36 health, so that is not all that much.
And there's some more Lings inbound here right now. No player is droning up for the time being. We have a lot more Lings coming out. Now, keep in mind, soO has a superior drone count. Hold on, here we go. He's going to come in here and whoa! What is the hell?
Oh my
5
gosh.
HP.
It had literally, it went down to 4, which means one more Zergling hit would have killed it.
That's incredible.
That, like, at some point, we got to look at this and say you have to stop sending in Lings after it. But, I mean, when it's that low, you have to, right?
I mean, I think so. Oh, it's a 9 HP.
My God.
The HP is getting higher now with each round of the attacks. And, you know,
I think
a little bit of a
save up for a transfusion.
Yeah, sunken cost fallacy going on here as far as soO's attack. If he does not get that hatchery, then that was a misplay. He finally takes it out, and now True is in real peril here. He needs to figure out what kind of game he wants to play from here, because as far as I can tell, soO is ahead in every level. More drones, quicker Spire tech, more expansions.
Yeah, it's looking very good for him right now, especially having killed that hatchery off. That's too bad. That was like the comeback potential for True, is keeping that hatchery alive forever. Unfortunately, now it is gone. We are going to have Muta versus Muta, so that should at least be kind of interesting. And I want to see, like, because I don't think either of them have seen each other's spines so far. Well, good block there on that Baneling. Not really getting that much done. But if they haven't seen each other's spires, is it just going to be Muta versus Muta?
It could very well be. But, you know, with superior...
Well, sometimes you see people go Corruptors is what I'm trying to kind of get at here, right? Like, if you know your opponent's going Mutas and you go Corruptors. We've seen people give that a try more recently in the past year or so.
Well, that would be interesting if that's the case. It looks like now they're both going to be going Mutas, at least for the time being. One other story that's going on here is True trying to reclaim this base. Is he actually going to lose that hatchery again? There's a lot. We have JYP observing again.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. 12 drones immediately killed off with a great Baneling detonation. That evens the count up 45-45. However, there is still an additional hatchery here and an expansion for soO as True is reclaiming his 3rd.
Yeah, soO has more Mutas and is starting to clean up these Overlords a little bit more quickly, so things are still looking pretty tough for True right now.
Okay. True. He's in a very tricky spot right now. If you're both teching the same units and one player just has access to more resources, it's hard to imagine a way in which you recover. Unless something tactically brilliant you're able to come up with on your side. I mean,
well, he's getting a similar amount of mutas right now, and he did start +1 sooner, so maybe there's something there.
Yeah, but I feel like he should be outpaced. I think the +1's a pretty big deal, but I think over time, now granted, soO did lose 12 drones, right? So that's a pretty big impact on his ability to grow. He should be able to outpace True over time, but True does have his third base done now with the gases available, and he is, you can see, almost solely mining gas from that third base.
All right, let's see what True wants to do here, because it feels like a good position for soO if he just kind of sits back, right?
We're in a funny spot here because this is actually looking like a Starcraft 1 ZVZ, where they're both powering up Mutalisks. Granted, there's more bases here.
They'd definitely be dead by now.
Yeah, no, we'd already be in Game 3 right now if this is StarCraft 1 ZVZ.
Like, you see these worker counts, 47 drones?
Yeah.
Literally never seen in a StarCraft 1 ZVZ.
Those are BGH numbers for ZVZ. Now, with +1 attack, this is going to be pretty strong. By the way, +2 is already inbound here for True. But the supply is much greater here for soO. So I think soO can barely match this.
Yeah. True just, like you said, he's just kind of got less of everything right now.
That's funny. Morphs and cancels.
Yeah. It's like, oh, the Overlord can see that. Let's move.
So, although True's got his own third up, now the fourth is up here for soO. So soO continuing to push ahead here with a pretty big lead.
Now, True trying to go ahead and hit into the main base. He saw where the mutas were just a moment ago, so it's a good try. Oh, God. But may end up costing him big as well.
Yeah, when you commit like this, you can get pinned up against the corner of the map here. And now we see so much damage being dished out here by soO. And I think with the muta count that he already killed, it's 27-22 now. I think he can actually close in. With Queens, he can try to use that to help defend. But right now, this is really giving a lot of leverage here to soO, who already has links moving across the map as well to hit the second base.
Yeah, very much looking rough here. Looks like True under attack. His third base being taken out by these Mutalisks of soO. He's got to go up and defend it, but look at that. Lings and Banes marching towards his main base. So many drones falling. soO just on top of everything.
Yeah, soO a real monster this game, completely outclassing True. And I love that soO knows when to get in, but also when to get back out. He already dealt his damage. There's been 21 drones killed now. The muta count 34-28.
Yeah, there's kind of no point for him to do anything else.
Yeah. Let True figure out that he's lost this game and go to Game 2 here. And so True's going to counterattack, but with superior muta numbers and Queens on the ground, upgrades alone are not going to help you here. Even his flyer attack 2 is going to finish right with his attack. Finishes, GG, soO takes Game 1.
Yeah, very well done there by soO. Puts the aggression on, gets at hatchery after about 4 failed attempts. And it just kind of was ahead in every way, too. It felt like he shouldn't be as far ahead as he was, but he was getting good trades on the circlings, which allowed him some more larvae, more money comparatively to drone up more quickly. soO just kind of outplaying True there, kind of as expected.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we should be surprised. We can be impressed, though, with how well soO controlled that game. That was a real fun moment back there with a hatchery almost surviving multiple attacks. But yeah, soO knew exactly how to close that out. We're going to go to Nightshade for Game 2. I don't think we're going to end up with Ling, Bane, Muta fighting each other again, but we'll see.
Yeah, probably not.
True, typically the more aggressive player, was thrown off by soO immediately attacking it, but we do tend to see soO do a lot of pretty aggro plays in ZVZ as well. He's one of the more, if you had to put him on a scale of you know, macro versus rushing, he definitely leans more a little bit on the rushing side, I'd say.
He definitely mixes in aggressive builds a lot.
Sure, which I think you have to in ZVZ. Game 2 is ready. Our map is Nightshade. Let's go.
아프리카 프릭스 수 어윤수 사이스톰 게임 트루 방태수.
Is there a hairdryer on during his name? What was that? Like, excuse me, Mr. Jim Raynor voice. Do you really have to dry your hands with the dryer in the bathroom while saying this? He's like, yes, I'm busy. So, I mean, what do we think? What does True have to do to actually win a game here? Do you have to go all in?
I mean, a lot of the late game was a result of what happened early on here when he lost the hatchery. He went for a macro play. It's very possible True, after he got his third base up and running for a little bit, wanted to have his own aggro play. But when you take hits like that early on, specifically losing the hatchery like that, I mean, usually at top tier play, that's enough of a crippling blow that the follow-up plays in a game like that are ones where you can easily close it out in the position of soO. So let's see if he can get any kind of a healthy early game, whether that is an attack that succeeds on his side of the map, or he gets into a macro game uninterrupted, or defends it while getting there. And then we'll see, because so much of that went to the successful surprise attack by soO.
Yeah.
You know, in StarCraft 2 is, and we've talked about this a lot, not even just on camera, off camera as well, Artos, is about, the different types of great RTS games out there, what makes them good. And there's not a lot of them, by the way. And they're pretty much all Blizzard RTS games.
Yeah.
But the way to think about StarCraft 2 is it's the fastest RTS game. It's faster than StarCraft 1 as far as the momentum of the game. It is obviously much faster than Warcraft 3, even though Warcraft 3 requires a very high APM and a lot of control. The game, the pace goes at much slower pace. But, in ZVZ with Lings with speed and how quickly you can make a lot of Lings and Banelings, you have a very small amount of time to actually be prepared for a big Ling Bane attack. And it's one of the reasons why even at the highest level, sometimes we see players just die early game ZVZ.
Well, we might possibly see something like that coming up. It seems like, True got the quicker Zergling speed. There you go. Yeah, he is making that plume of Lings now, kind of as expected. Whereas soO looks to be going, look at this, layer and walling in. So
yeah,
either he's about to add 3 gases and go mutas, or we're going to see the Nidus play.
Yeah.
I should just get roach speed and walk across. I'm like, oh, okay. That's
my bad, guys.
Nah, he's got enough gases now that I think we should be seeing a Spire coming up.
So the Queens are turtled behind the Roach Warren and the Evo Chamber here. And you can see right now, True's going to try to weaken up, soften up the Evo Chamber that's over here at the entrance. You can continue to sandbag the push by putting more buildings continuously behind this. And so we actually have a cancel there and another cancel. He's going to rotate this back over here and then plug the hole with the Queen.
Yeah, I like that. Did it while the Lings were out of position too. So True doesn't even know that there's like this moment where the building has less health here. Okay, so the speed and +1 missiles on the way here for soO. Very safe type of build here. Obviously, when you get the +1, you can 2-shot the Lings.
Right.
Makes it much tougher to play with Zergling defense against that.
We have the Roach Warren here of True coming down as well.
No Spire, though.
Nope, no Spire.
Thought we might be seeing that, but guess not.
So this game, for each player, has gone, they've chosen to go in very different directions. True opting for the possibility of having a successful early fight, whereas soO is basically hoping to deflect an early attack here and then follow it up with his own game plan. He is now getting more and more roaches that can come out on the map. But he will have to eventually address the fact that he's on 2 bases and True is on 3.
Yeah.
And so here we go now. He'll get a later third base up, albeit with different tech. Roaches are only just now coming out here for True.
This is a situation we used to see a lot, but I haven't actually seen this build from soO used in quite some time, where you just get the quick +1 and roach speed, because the player with 3 hatches, I feel like theoretically should hold this each time, right? You're going to have more production. You're not going to have roach speed. Maybe even your +1's a little bit late, but you're playing so close to your hatcheries, of which you have more. And your Queens are there. So what you really need to do is just make a lot of units and hold on until your upgrades are done.
soO actually moving northbound. Notice how he's splitting the roaches out to make sure he can catch any lings that could be moving through blind spots of the scouting paths here. Because when you're in this position as a player that has additional lings, a lot of times you do want to try to come around and hit different areas. And so far, soO's combed the map pretty effectively with these roaches, basically clearing everything out. We've had 16 lings killed so far.
Yeah, that's a little bit painful to see all those go down. In the meantime, drones being made for soO to go to his new third base. Oh, I love that slow on the +1 as well.
Yeah.
Really helps him to stay further ahead in this way that he's already ahead. And now True has been making a lot of lings and roaches during this time.
We do have Ravagers being teched up into here for soO. Is True going to try to commit with this attack? It seems like, you know, with the +1 missile attack, just about what's finishing now, I should say, this is probably the best moment to try to come in here and see if he can do any damage. There will be a little bit of a defender's advantage here for soO. It's his larva is going to be closer to where the attack is.
Yeah, that's kind of the one big problem. But soO, you know, he's had the 3 hatcheries for a lot longer, so he has been able to produce quite a bit. And here we go, he's moving in. His roach speed's done, his +1 is done, so a lot of things are even. But look at this beautiful maneuver from soO. He's actually flanking with just a few roaches, keeping right on top of the army of True, and True just getting massacred.
It almost seems like True kind of misread this game here. The fact that he got in there and soO had such an overwhelmingly larger amount of units here, and he can keep pushing through here. I was going to say a lot of times when you have a lot of Ravagers, it's harder for the attacking player to get in. But in this case, I mean, soO just manhandled True.
Yeah,
this
really
was like
did.
a bad placement match on ladder where you're like, okay, well, you shouldn't be playing people that rank.
There might have been a little bit of an overreaction by True. The thing is, you have to take it very seriously when your opponent does a move like that. But soO started to drone up. It was kind of like a tricky thing to read, I think.
Right.
And again, soO just kind of outplaying True from A to Z.
Yeah. soO is a very strong player. I don't know, looking back at that last game, for instance, if there was anything that True could have done better. It seemed like overall soO had every part of the matchup working better for him.
Yeah, which in truth means there's a lot he could have done better. But these are the differences between a player that's been to the finals 6 times and just a strong Kodes Zerg.
A very good Kodes Zerg. Okay, our first match.
Yeah, there it is. All right, guys. GSL's canceled. That was it. 10 years.
We're closing the show down. We're going to go to a short break. We come back, our second best of 3 of Season 1 of the GSL Kodes. Don't go away.